Urban Artificial Intelligence Strategic Thinking Media Platform. Wow, man. Drake sues UMG, Kendrick Lamar over Not Like Us. Now, we going to get into the specifics of this. We're going to get into my personal opinion about this, but let me say this first. A lot of people saying Drake not suing Kendrick. He not suing Kendrick. He's suing UMG. He's suing a record label. That's technically right, but y'all, he's going to eventually have to address Kendrick Lamar. He's going to eventually have to sue PG Lang, which is Kendrick Lamar's record label, the record label that Kendrick Lamar owns. All right, it's all going to fall back on PG Lang. When Drake point the finger at UMG, UMG gonna point the finger at Interscope. Interscope is gonna point the finger at PG Lang. All right, so technically, no, he's not suing Kendrick Lamar yet, but the way that this lawsuit is set up, UMG have already said anything that has to do with Not Like Us, we cut PG Lang a check. So anything that got to do with Not Like Us, it's on PG Lang. So no, Drake technically didn't sue Kendrick Lamar, but if this lawsuit moves forward, then it's gonna fall on Kendrick Lamar eventually. Now, the second thing I want to say is this: a lot of people are having an issue about how Drake is going about this. They don't like what he's doing. They saying this is not hip hop. They saying he being bitter. They saying he being mad, which could be true. I'm not Drake's personal friend. I don't know what's going on in his head, but I also know that this is a strategic thinking media platform, and this could also be a strategic move. Drake suing Kendrick Lamar and UMG over Not Like Us, to me, in my opinion, could be the setup for a bigger play for Drake to go at UMG. I think he needed a reason to sue UMG. He needed a reason to pop his shit at Lucian Grange. This may be it. Kendrick just may be the collateral. He may be a pawn in Drake's mind to get at Universal. Is Drake upset about Not Like Us? Probably so. I'm not saying that. He may be salty that he lost. He may not like that Kendrick made a better diss record than him in the public's eyes. I don't know what's going on in Drake's head, but I know the way that this lawsuit is set up, this is set up to go way further than Kendrick Lamar. And after reading the documents, after reading the paperwork, to me, it looks like this is much bigger than Kendrick Lamar. This is much bigger than Not Like Us. Now, let's get into it with Urban AI. Urban AI, is Drake suing Kendrick Lamar or UMG?
Drake is suing Universal Music Group UMG, not Kendrick Lamar. He filed a lawsuit against UMG, alleging that they conspired with Spotify to artificially inflate the popularity of Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, which directly targets Drake. Drake claims that UMG used bots, payola, and other methods to boost the song's streams and airplay, making it go viral. He argues that UMG could have prevented the release of the track, or required edits to remove defamatory content, but chose to exploit the controversy for profit instead.
Urban AI, what specifically is Drake lawyers saying about Spotify and UMG? What specifically are they saying those two companies did wrong?
Drake's lawyers claim that Spotify, in collaboration with UMG, engaged in several unethical practices to boost the popularity of Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us. Specifically, they allege that Spotify used bots to artificially inflate the streaming numbers of the track, arranged pay-for-play agreements with radio stations to give the song preferential airplay, reduced licensing fees for Spotify in exchange for the platform recommending Lamar's track to users, even when they searched for unrelated music, manipulated Siri to direct users who requested Drake's songs to Not Like Us instead.
Okay, y'all. Now the big part right there, we're gonna get deeper into this. The reduced licensing fee. All right. That's the big one. That is where the majority of the attention is gonna go. That looks like the biggest deal to me. All right. The lowering the licensing fee, you can't do that, man. That's illegal. All right.
In the context of Drake's lawsuit, reduced licensing fees refer to a situation where Spotify allegedly agreed to pay lower fees to UMG for the rights to stream Kendrick Lamar's music. In return, Spotify would promote Lamar's track, Not Like Us, more aggressively than usual. This means that Spotify would recommend Lamar's song to users, even when they searched for unrelated music, and possibly play it more frequently. By reducing the licensing fees, Spotify could save money while UMG and Lamar benefited from increased exposure and streams. Drake's legal team argues that this arrangement was part of a deliberate effort to boost Lamar's track at Drake's expense.
Urban AI, what is the second lawsuit about?
Drake's second defamation lawsuit against UMG is centered on the claim that UMG knew Kendrick Lamar's song, Not Like Us, contained false accusations labeling Drake as a certified pedophile and predator, but chose to release it anyway. Drake's legal team argues that UMG could have refused to release or distribute the song or required the offending material to be edited or removed, but instead, they designed and executed a plan to turn the song into a viral hit, using the controversy to drive consumer hysteria and massive revenues. This second lawsuit, filed in Texas, also accuses UMG of funneling payments to iHeartRadio as part of a pay-to-play scheme to promote the song on radio.
Now, I heard a lot of people talking about a RICO, all right, saying Drake was trying to get a RICO on UMG. Urban AI, explain that to us. How are these charges related to a RICO? And is Drake trying to hit UMG with the RICO?
Drake's lawyers are associating this case with the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations (RICO Act because they believe UMG and Spotify engaged in a pattern of illegal activities to manipulate streaming numbers and promote Kendrick Lamar's track. The RICO Act is typically used to combat organized crime, and it allows for the prosecution of individuals or organizations that have committed multiple criminal acts as part of an ongoing criminal enterprise. In this case, Drake's legal team alleges that UMG and Spotify used bots, payola, reduced licensing fees, and other deceptive practices to artificially inflate the popularity of Not Like Us, which they argue constitutes a form of organized crime aimed at defrauding Drake and manipulating the music market.
All right, man. In my opinion, right, this lawsuit is stemming from maybe Drake being bitter about the battle. I can't knock that. I can't deny that as some type of motivation for this. But if you look at my content, man, I've been making content about Drake popping shit at Lucian Grange on the unreleased Splash Brothers verse. Drake basically dissed Lucian Grange. All right, he dissed the owner of UMG. He dissed the owner of the label that he does business with. Drake does not like Lucian Grange. All right, he's made that clear way before this beef with Kendrick Lamar. I don't know why Drake has been doing this. I don't know what their personal issue is. It could be some business things. It could be some personal things. I'm not sure. But that 100 gigs that Drake dropped, looking back, that was a fuck you to UMG. Yes, it had some things to do with the Kendrick Lamar battle. He wanted to remind everybody how great of an artist he was amid his Kendrick Lamar beef. We get that. But that 100 gigs was about UMG. It was about him flexing his control over UMG, saying, look, I can drop what I want. Fuck y'all. I can drop shit on Instagram. I can upload shit. I can make a website and drop 100 gigs of shit. Fuck y'all. During this time, a lot of people thought this was about Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people thought it was about proving something to the public. Again, I can't say this is 100% about Lucian Grange. Of course, Drake may be upset about Not Like Us. He may be upset about the popularity and the success of that song. I'm not ruling that out. What I'm saying is this beef with UMG is prior to this Kendrick beef. All right, it's prior to Not Like Us. He been had issues with UMG. He been dissing Lucian Grange, and this could be an excuse for him to take shots at both Kendrick Lamar and Lucian Grange and UMG. Now, this is definitely an unorthodox method. All right, I've been having conversations with people about this, and like I say, a lot of people feel like Drake is breaking an unwritten rule. Again, I understand that, man. There's nothing wrong with that point of view, but this is also a beef. He don't like Lucian Grange. He don't like Kendrick Lamar. He should do it whatever he can do to hurt their business. I cannot disagree with that. I cannot say that's bullshit. I cannot judge him for trying to hurt his enemy. Kendrick Lamar is his enemy at this point. Lucian Grange is his enemy. He's been made that clear. He's been said fuck Lucian Grange a long time ago. Look at my content on the Splash Brothers verse. I take a deep dive into it. That verse was about Lucian Grange. Now he found a loophole. He found a way he could take shots at Lucian Grange and at Kendrick Lamar. Why not take it? It's beef. That's what happens when you beef with people. Now, this is a bold move for Drake and his legal team, all right? This could change the streaming landscape in a couple different ways, man. if Drake wins, or if any of the things that Drake is claiming UMG did, if any of these come to light, it's gonna be some big changes in the streaming landscape. Now it's gonna be increased transparency, all right? It's gonna be increased transparency with streaming numbers. It's gonna be new legal precedents for streaming data and royalties, all right? So the way people make money for streaming is gonna be different. The way the royalties are split up with institutions and companies and artists, all that is going to be different. All that is going to change. But most importantly, all that is going to have transparency. If this happens, if UMG is found to do some bullshit, algorithm accountability is another thing that's going to change, man. Algorithm accountability is a big deal. How many websites do we go to and it looks like the algorithm makes no sense? People who write books on the YouTube algorithm, they make thousands and thousands of hours of video of content about how to break into the algorithm. I'm not a rap artist, I'm not a music artist, but the algorithm is the same on these DSPs. It's very mysterious. Nobody knows how to get shit to go viral. The TikTok algorithm, it's all over the place. That's gonna change. If they find out that UMG is doing some bullshit, the algorithm transparency is gonna be different. It's gonna be clear, set out rules for how to get hot in the algorithm. The whole mysterious algorithm thing, that's gonna be dead, man. It's gonna be a formula, it's gonna be some type of calculation, and it's gonna be more transparent than ever. The algorithm is gonna be cracked, y'all. And also ethical marketing practices is going to be looked at. The a lot of people say, and I've heard this a lot. I've heard people who worked in the industry say this, artists say this, executives say this. The music industry is a wild, wild west. All right, people do whatever they want. Any type of practices is okay. The people who have the money make the rules. Anything that they say goes. That's why you have UMG. You got the biggest artist in the world. The person who generates more money for UMG than probably all of the artists. It may be a couple other ones on the same tier. But if Drake has to sue to see numbers, if he's upset with numbers, if you feel like they fucking him over, of course they're fucking every other artist over. But this is just the beginning of this, man. This is the first basic content I'm gonna make about this. This rabbit hole goes deep, man. I don't want to do too much on the first video. I want to get the basics out for y'all. But I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know, what do y'all think about this? Is Drake bitter because he lost, or is it a bigger play in motion here? I think Drake want to make more money than any other rapper ever in the history to ever rap. This may be a part of it. This lawsuit may be a part of it. If he comes out of this lawsuit unscathed, and it's fact that UMG done some bullshit, his next deals will be crazy. They're gonna be blockbuster deals. And I also want to say this, man, for the people saying that Drake is doing some fuck shit. If you think this is some fuck shit, that's your opinion, and I can't disagree with that point of view. But we gotta remember, y'all, throughout this whole beef, if Drake is able to catch UMG slipping and get some get back on Kendrick Lamar, should he not do that? Should he not attempt to try to unveil and fuck over UMG if they did some bullshit now? They're gonna have to be guilty of something for this to make sense. So let's just say he catch them slipping. If they do some fuck shit, if they get caught with lowering the prices for Spotify, right? That's illegal. We know that's illegal. They cannot do that. If Drake has proof that they did that, I believe all is fair in love and war. He caught them doing some bullshit. It just happened to be connected to a song that disses him. To him, he killing two birds with one stone. To y'all looking at it as some fuck shit. That's just the way war is. All is fair in love and war. You beef with me, I beef with you. You want to hurt me, I want to hurt you. We never know, man. Maybe these PDF file accusations hurt Drake on the back end. Maybe it's some things behind the scenes that we don't see that hurt him and made him decide to do this. Either way it go, it's full steam ahead. Now he going forward with it. And hey, all I can say is this is war, y'all. It's two enemies going back and forth. They're trying to hurt each other. This is what happens. But I want y'all to get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this. Drake suing UMG and Lucian Grange over Not Like Us. Urban Artificial Intelligence, Strategic Thinking Media Platform. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace.